Good evening from Swansea, wrestling fans. I'm your host, Ben Allison, and you are watching Wrestling Republic's daily broadcast, your one-stop shop for professional wrestling, insight news, and reviews on a daily basis. And we have an absolute huge show for you guys today because it is round one of our quiz tournament, our knockout quiz tournament, King and Queen of the Quiz. We have got two great contestants battling out in our first matchup in this year's tournament, and it's going to be a fun one. We have tons of great questions. They've all been fact-checked as well, and it's going to be a really fun 40 or so minutes. Let's get it out of the way by introducing the first contestant, Mr. Clark Taylor. How are you, Clark, and how are you feeling about your chances in this tournament?
I'm beyond fired up. You know, it's March Madness here in the good old US of A. And let me tell you something. If your bracket has already been busted when it comes to college basketball, we've got another bracket here. And you may be correct. This is one of my favorite concepts we've ever come up with here at WR Ben. I'm so fired up to be here. I'm so stoked. I love my first round matchup. Can't wait to see him in just about a month. A little less now. But how do I feel about my chances, Ben, is what you led with? Oh, I feel pretty good.
Ha 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 ha. I am glad to hear it, but will it go the way you think it will? We'll have to wait to find out, because you are facing today the person who went to penalties with Kobe in our AEW quiz just a few weeks ago. How are you today, Sol?
Guten Tag, everybody of the internet. It's good to be here. Of course, you know, I was with Kobe Ganzowski in the AW quiz. Came very, very close on that one there. I feel pretty good. I've actually done no studying for this. I'm going to let my own little mind go for it because I'm that confident, or I just want to see how things go. I mean, hey, it's a fun matchup. I'm pleasurable to start this as well because, you know, it's always great to lead by example. So we're definitely going to be leading for all the other people behind us while they watch and see us set up a hell of a way to go.
Absolutely. It's going to be a fun couple of months doing this, but we got a few comments out of the gates. DCX Warlord says, I already know Soul is winning this. Clark has been calling himself the underdog. In our fan vote today, Clark won it. Clark is the favorite. That is the facts, but we'll have to wait and see because DCX is picking Soul. David is saying, time to scout some potential competition. Always love a quiz, especially when I win them. David will be facing Chaos next week. But now, without further ado, did you guys mute your mics, or did
we're being polite.
I thought you muted mine.
No, I didn't mute your mics unless that was an accident.
Maybe I was just being a team player.
All the time. I mean, okay.
I was just trying to help.
But Shad saying, I hope you both lose. Well, thankfully, that is not possible.
Apologize about my voice. I got a lozenge, and that was actually why I muted the mic.
Oh, okay. Right. Without further ado, guys, let me explain the rules of this quiz. 15 rounds, a different subject every round. 1 point per question. If you get your question wrong, then your opponent gets a chance to answer it. So you basically are allowed to steal questions if they get it wrong. But you have one 2 times double points chip to use on one of the rounds, right?
Only once.
Now, important detail and important change to our previous one we did a couple of weeks ago when we tried this concept out. You do have to use that 2 times chip. That is a rule. Yeah. You do have to use it.
What about the steal, though? This is where I'm concerned on the steal. How does this work? You can't just jump in, right?
No. So if you get it wrong, so you get a question wrong, I'll go Soul to steal, and then Soul has a chance to answer. That's what it is.
And you must use the chip. If you do not use the chip, you're disqualified.
No. So if you do not use the 2 times chip, it'll automatically be applied to the final round. That's how it will be. But there also is another twist, because you can now 2 times double up on double up mystery rounds, meaning it would be 4 times, meaning if you do that, potentially you have a chance to earn an extra point over your opponent. But there is a twist. You have to cash it in before I tell you guys what the mystery round is. So that is the twist.
Wait a minute. So explain that to me, though. Like, give me like a little hypothetical if you don't mind. I'm just a little confused.
So basically, on any of the rounds, all the rounds you already know the titles of, and I will tell you the titles of, before you answer your question, you have an opportunity to double up, meaning you'll get 2 points instead of 1 if you get it wrong. But
So
if
that
you
is
do
the
get
chip.
it wrong, then your opponent can. Yes, that is the
That's
chip,
the
but you
key to
can
the
use
chip.
it on a double
So it
round,
is,
which
it's
is
for the
mystery bonus.
entire round. It's not for
There's only one question per
necessarily-
round.
And you will show us the graphic with what each round is in anticipation of being able to pick which round makes the most sense to double the chip, correct? Giving the competitors a chance to vet when they're going to use the chip?
I mean, I've already sent them to you.
No, you've
and-
sent them, but I mean, do you mind? Like, how do I know? I'll look it up. I've got it on my cell phone.
Give me
But
a
don't
sec.
think I'm cheating. I'm just going to pull up the graphic. I'll prove it too. I know that there's been rumors about this.
Here we are. I've got them. It's all good.
Thank you.
Sorry, they were originally in here, but I think I accidentally
Yeah.
deleted them. Here they are very quickly. Here are the rounds, okay? So just to
Yes.
read from that's the AW ones. That's brilliant. That's no use whatsoever. Thanks a lot. Oh, I hate my file saves
Oh,
sometimes.
just go into it.
But we showed them last week on the episode, right? But
We'll
you'll find
figure
them
it out.
out anyway, right? But without further ado, let's get into the first question, right? Because, well, actually, before we do that, 1 second.
Don't we have to pick
Clark,
the order?
you get to choose because you were here first.
Oh,
Has he gone? Has he just departed us? Has he been?
I will go second.
My coin.
No,
No,
you-
no.
you
You
go
don't get to pick that. You get to pick which heads or tails. The coin fell down my thing, so I had to go and get
Okay,
another
I
one.
went tails in the Super Bowl, and I've called 23 of the last 26 Super Bowl coin tosses. So I'm really good at this when it comes to 50-50 stuff. I'm calling in the air. You have to flip it first.
No. Oh, really?
Dude, I'm not
Okay,
going to
fine.
call it till you flip it. Tails.
It's heads. Soul, do you want to go first or second?
I'll go second.
There we are, Clark kicking it off. And your first question, Clark, is this. Who was the first WWE champion? By the way, just to clarify this question as well, when we referred throughout this entire quiz, all the rounds to WWE,
Is this
we mean the history
WWE
of the
or
company.
WWF?
All of them combined, right? So it would have been WWF then, to be exact. But that's how we're doing it throughout this entire tournament.
That would be... I'm going to go with a guess there, Bruno Sammartino, but I know that's wrong.
Soul to steal.
So Bruno Sammartino was the second WWE champion by lineage. Is it? No, it's not. Is it Fabulous George? I don't think it is.
No, it is not. Neither of you got that right. The actual answer is Buddy Rogers, as Michael Cole likes to say quite a bit. Next question is for you, Soul. How many years was the contract that Bret Hart signed with WWE in 1996? How many years was it supposed to be?
20 years?
That is correct. Soul has a point out of the gates. I mean, Clark, you are favourites in these opening rounds, and Soul's got you on the first one.
Hey, 1-0. It's a long game,
Early
boys.
Early days. This is a long one, boys. Don't pull out the party confetti just yet. We're still in the narrowing edges. But
the next topic is the Attitude Era. So, would either of you like to cash in your double chip?
I'm all right.
No, sir.
So, Clark, your question first. Who won the Fatal 4-Way main event at WrestleMania 2000?
That would be The Rock.
Soul to steal.
Triple H.
Correct.
Oh, that is
This
right.
I did
Shoot.
not expect. Soul.
I was there is the
winning
worst
this.
part. That's so embarrassing. I got Rumble 99 and Mania 2000 confused. That's actually hilarious. I'm not even mad.
Fair
what it is.
enough. So, what pay-per-view had the tagline "Highway to Hell" in 1998?
SummerSlam.
That is correct. Soul leading 3-0.
That is impressive. I'm not even actually
going
sure.
into
I would
round
have for
three.
sure gotten that one.
So-
The reason I know is because AC/DC was used as the pay-per-view theme for
That's
that
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Let's head to the comments real quickly. We have Shard saying, Soul get the questions for WWE wrong. Tony would want it to be that way. Drizzy says, big lead. David Sheldon got the first one right. We got Bobby Petito in the chat as well. We got Fernando in the chat saying live streaming. I know my coin fell down my chair. I had to go and get another coin. That was how we kicked things off. But Shard saying Soul is about to dog walk Clark, isn't he?
Whoa. Early days.
Big
Mr.
words
Mr.
for a guy that's not in the tournament. Enjoy the NIT. The losers bracket he's already in.
Guys, next up is the bonus round. Double points on this mystery bonus round automatically. But would either of you want to apply a double times to the double times?
What's the category one more time?
Mystery bonus. You're not going to find out until I switch it to the slide.
Oh yeah, hit me with the double.
Okay, so for 4 points, Clark, right? So if you get this, it's 4 points for you. The mystery bonus round is Money in the Bank. And who was the first successful Mr. Money in the Bank?
That would be Edge, the Rated R superstar, Adam Copeland.
That would be correct.
Hey, Shad, why don't you big lead that
Clark's
buckwheat?
back in the lead.
Why don't you big lead that buckwheat? Big lead that one.
It shows the power of the mystery bonus and also the 2 times ship on the mystery bonus. Soul, your question is who won the 2020 Money in the Bank inside WWE HQ?
Are you wanting the men and the women, or?
Sorry, I should say men's. Men's.
It was Otis.
You would be correct. So you're now up to 5 points because, of course, that is double points. So there we are.
Isn't it double though? Because Clark used his double.
Because that's only for him.
Oh, okay.
But of course, it's a mystery bonus, so it's double for both of you. But so
wait, no, he's up by 1 now.
Yeah, he is currently up by 1. You can see.
Dude, remember,
we've got
me
the
and
scores
math
on
is
screen
tough.
now. We've got the scores on screen. You can see it.
Oh, sorry. I don't read numbers or do time.
We've upgraded. We've gone up. We've gone up in life. Next round is Ruthless Aggression. Soul, would you like to double this one up?
I'm okay.
So, Clark, who did Hulk Hogan face in a first time ever matchup at SummerSlam 2005?
The Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels.
You would be absolutely correct on that one. Soul, your question is who won the 2006 Royal Rumble?
2006. That is Batista.
Clark to steal.
06 Rumble. The winner was Rey Mysterio.
You would be correct. There you are. It is now 6-5. Shah just said somebody went away from the cam.
Yeah, that was me. All right. For 1 second, I took a sip of my drink off camera. I didn't go to look at anything.
Suspect.
I didn't do it during a question.
All right. Okay. No,
I will take my
that
phone
is fine.
outside of the room and prove it if you need me to. I'm not.
No.
The last thing I want to do is solely a tournament that I respect as much as this. If it was a bogus quiz game like we do on Sundays at times, maybe I might consider taking a few liberties. But at a time like this, I respect the game too much.
Guys, in the comments, if anybody sees anything which they think is suspicious, by the way, let us know in the chat because we have a solution.
Right now.
Okay. Yep. It's not a punishment, by the way, if somebody does bring up a concern, but we're just going to do a couple of rounds from that point by doing something to make sure nobody is cheating. So if anybody
if my
does
dog,
have a
who was
concern,
slightly
just let
under
us
the
know.
weather yesterday, gets sick again, her blood's on your hands.
Wow.
Let's hope.
Gosh.
Right. Next topic is 2010 to 2020 WWE. So, do you
No.
want to double up? Nope. Okay.
I know what round I'm doubling on. Don't worry, son.
Okay. Clark, your question is this. At WrestleMania 28, what match lasted a total of 18 seconds?
That would be Sheamus and Daniel Bryan.
That would be correct. You are completely correct there, and you're up to 7 points. So, in 2017, what pay-per-view event did Brock Lesnar face Samoa Joe at?
Great Balls of Fire. Such a stupid name.
You are correct. 7-6 to Clark going into the next round. Bobby says he hopes Zuzu gets better.
Yes, monster shout out. Thank you. She's doing better. Honestly, she's fine. Now,
Awesome.
thankfully.
DCX Warlord says Sheamus versus Bryan. Who is Houston Astros? Because apparently
The Houston
you are
Astros
calling.
cheated in baseball to win the World Series. It's actually a famous story. What they did was they took a camera. It's actually brilliant. I'm sorry not to
No, I
waste
want to
time,
hear
but
this.
they took a camera in center field and they put it on home plate,
Mm.
and they would scout the signs of the opposing team's catcher or what the pitches that were coming. And if it was off speed, they'd bang a trash can with a bat in the dugout. So the batter knew that it was not a fastball. And they got
That is
caught
actually nuts.
and won the World Series doing that.
That is nuts. It reminds me a little bit, although this was less of cheating, but still bad. Was when Leeds' manager Marcelo Bielsa a few years ago in football, soccer as you guys call it in America, was sending his scouts to training grounds of his opponents, and they were hiding through bushes. And there's a video of CCTV of somebody looking through a bush.
There's an even bigger rumor that there's one player specifically, Jose Altuve, who's a legend. He's going to be a Hall of Famer in his own right. But he had a really important home run off the Yankees to win a huge series. And generally, when you cross home plate after what's called a walk-off home run when you're the home team, they would rip off your uniform. And he's yelling as he approaches home plate, "Don't rip off my jersey." And there's a rumor that he had a buzzer on him and somebody was clicking a button telling him the pitches. And so like it was almost like he was wearing a wire. Had they ripped it off in celebration, he would have gotten caught. But you can read his lips and he's saying, "Don't pull my jersey off."
We do have an accusation, by the way, which we're not going to do anything about just now, but we might bring in the next round a new thing. But over on Instagram from Cecilia_3 saying Soul keeps looking down after the questions read out. You're muted, Soul.
My buttons. I'm looking at my buttons and anxiety from this.
Yeah, it's his
Get on
shirt.
with it.
Us two
Right, let's
had an
go.
agreement that this is going to be a fair game.
Exactly.
Okay. Maybe if there's another accusation, we have a solution, guys. Next round is
Play the clip from Rick Ross.
H-era.
Accusations.
False accusations.
Triple H era WWE. Soul.
Nah, I'm fine.
He is still fine. Okay, Clark. What faction debuted on Triple H's first PLE event in charge?
Retribution?
Soul to Steel.
Judgment Day?
Incorrect. I think
That was a panic for me.
Yeah, both would have been Retribution were like 2 years before, but even the Judgment Day would have been about 6 months before, I think.
So what was it then?
It was it was Damage Control. Of course, with the return of Bailey, Dakota Kai, and Io Sky debuting the Io Sky name.
That's on
as
them.
well.
Can't remember it because they didn't control any damage.
Not this.
Drizzy, who I've already said I think is the sleeper pick to win this entire tournament,
I
got
think
it
he's
right.
I think Drizzy's. I wouldn't even call him a sleeper pick. I got Drizzy. Drizzy's dangerous. I'm scouting for everybody, but Drizzy's.
Okay.
I'm not trying to mess with Driz.
A general knowledge when it comes to wrestling, which I think is going to be very beneficial. But Shad and David got it as well. Right, next question is for Soul, and that question is, at Crown Jewel 2023, who did Roman Reigns defend the undisputed WWE Championship against?
LA Knight, baby.
You would be correct. And at that point, it is now all level halfway through the game. 7-7. Clark, how are you feeling right now about this entire thing?
Honestly, I'm just fired up. I love a close game. This is what we wanted, man. This is why we did this.
A lot of people said coming into this quiz, Soul, that the first half of the quiz was going to be where you struggled because, of course, you only started watching wrestling a lot later than everybody else. But we're halfway through the quiz, and you are level. You must be feeling confident right now, especially with that 2 times chip in hand.
I'm all right.
Honestly, this could be an upset, no doubt about it. Bobby Petito says this is awesome. Indeed, it has been fun. David got the incorrect answer. He said the wrong Crown Jewel. And I actually, when I wrote that question, thought whoever was going to say it was going to say Logan Paul, and DCX Warlord did. And so
hilarious.
So did David. Because that's the memorable Roman Reigns match. Roman Reigns, Logan Paul, Crown Jewel.
Yep.
LA Knight was the one, though, at 2023. Right. Up next, we have Soul's favorite thing to talk about, All Elite Wrestling. Soul, do you want to play the chip?
I'm good.
Wow, okay. Clark, your first question is, who did Chris Jericho defeat to become AEW champion?
Hangman Adam Page.
You are correct and are now on 8 points, keeping yourself well and truly in this game. But so the next question is for you, and it is, who did Jon Moxley face in his AEW debut?
Joey Janela.
You are also correct. A lot of people say it's Kenny Omega. Of course, He actually faced Joey Janela first. And I believe it was Fyter Fest, wasn't it?
Fyter Fest, it was correct.
That event was so weird. It was just they made a
weird
parody.
hindsight. It's weird, but it landed at the time is the funny part.
Oh, it did. I mean, I loved it, but I just remember thinking at the time, like, this is a bizarre... Okay, let's do our second ever event and base it on... or second or third ever event and base it on a failed festival and do a parody. It was just so funny.
The internet culture that time.
It truly was. Kobe says he surprised people. Soul surprised people by not doubling up on AEW. A lot of people would have thought you did, but you got a game plan. Is it?
He's a man with a plan.
I've told you there's a subject I want to double it on.
Somebody is saying to say hi to Harmony. Hi to Harmony. There, Roll Tide is saying great job. Thank you so much. We appreciate you watching. And D6 Warlord is reminding us that we're getting Joey Janela versus Sabu soon. I actually didn't know that. That's going to be a fun one. That. That is going to be fun, no doubt about it. The next question is WCW. Soul, do you want to double up?
Nah, I'm good. I know which one.
Okay. Right. Clark, your question is, who was the founder of WCW?
Well, that would be the founder.
Yeah.
It is a difficult question. I'm struggling with fact checking here. I would
got this right.
What's that?
We have got the answer right. Don't worry.
It's the founder of World Championship Wrestling. It's not what it doesn't include what it evolved out of.
No, it's the founder of WCW.
And the answer would be Ted Turner.
You would be absolutely correct. And on to 9 points at
I was going to be so mad. I want to be very clear on this. Because I would say it evolved out of Crockett a lot.
Well,
and you could even say Bill Watts in there as well, too. And I was like, if the answer is not Ted Turner, I'm going to be really, really mad.
So your next question is, at what pay-per-view did Hulk Hogan join the NWO and year? We need the pay-per-view name and year.
Bash at the Beach 1996.
You would be correct. 9-all. It is staying neck and neck. Another one where you think Soul might have a disadvantage, and he gets the point once again. I Make Beats is here. Happy Sunday to you. Currently halfway through, and it is 9-all. DCX Warlord got it right as well. Drizzy did guess what? I mean, it is a tough one there,
Yeah,
maybe.
Watson, Crockett would be the other answers, but founder specifically, when you say that from
Yeah.
a financial standpoint, the answer is Ted Turner.
Yeah.
That's when it became WCW, and that's why I was going to be frustrated if it wasn't the official answer.
No, it is true. And Drizzy says Basher Beach 96, and so does DCX Warlord at all. Right, 9-all going into the next round, which is ECW. Soul still not cashing in. But, Clark, your question is, who was the longest reigning ECW champion?
That would be Shane Douglas.
Great guess and great call. Up to 10 points. I thought that was going to be very difficult indeed. But Soul, your next
Guys,
question.
I was born in 1991. I watched him hold the ECW title.
Yeah, that's true, actually. Yeah, I wouldn't have known that, to be honest with you. Right, next question is, what was the name of the final pay-per-view before ECW went bankrupt, Soul?
Anarchy at the Arena?
Incorrect. Clark to Steele.
That would be oh no. It's Barely Legal?
Incorrect. But David does have it correct in the chat. Guilty as charged.
How about Drizzy guess the same thing as me, darn it? I just saw it.
And D6
Barely
Warlord said
Legal-
barely legal as well.
But no, I think it's Barely Legal, Guilty as Charged. Isn't that what it was? Barely Legal was one of their staple pay-per-views. I hate to say it. I know it's supposed to be fact-checked, but I do believe it was Barely Legal, Guilty as Charged.
Oh, come on.
I'm not trying to mess this up. I'm just saying.
No, you're wrong. No.
I'm wrong? Okay, good. I'm just making sure.
I
Well,
about
that
to
was
say,
like their
we have had
version
these
of...
properly fact-checked, but yeah.
But Barely Legal is like the big one, so I thought like that made sense. And the combination of the two in my head, I was like,
We got somebody over on Instagram, Soul, saying if you get the answer wrong on your category you're so confident in using his double down, you are going to be livid. But yeah. Oh, so Drizzy is saying one of them was actually billed as Barely Legal, Guilty as Charged, but that is not the one we're talking about. So it's not relevant for this specific topic. But the next question is Japanese wrestling. So are you going to risk it all?
I'm good.
Oh, imagine if that was yes. That would have been a shocker. Clark, your question is, what is the governing body of New Japan Pro Wrestling?
I mean, the Japanese government?
No, what is the governing body in New Japan Pro Wrestling?
It's a state-owned property. It'd be the Japanese government. I don't know how to answer that exactly. I'm actually more confused by the question. Like, is there
in
like
New
a
Japan Pro Wrestling? They
Come on, he
often
said it. He said the
reference
Japanese government.
their
He said the
governing body.
Oh,
He said the
it's like Bushi
He
something.
said the Japanese government. He said the
So
Japanese
Road?
to
Bushi
Steele,
Road.
and the Bushi Road.
you are both incorrect. The governing body of New Japan Pro Wrestling is the International Wrestling Grand Prix, otherwise known as IWGP. They reference it every show, guys.
To be completely honest,
Although everybody got it wrong.
I'm
to be
not
honest.
actually mad that I missed it. I
All
think
right,
it's
let's
funny.
just go, come on.
I Make Beats didn't actually. And neither did David as well, actually. So we did have two people who did get it correct. Antonio Inoki, who was the founder, DCX Warlord guest. And Kobe said, Soul, you started to say I, and then when
Yeah, I
Bushi
know.
Road.
'Cause I know. It's that International Wrestling Grand Prix, IWGP. 'Cause that's all the championships.
I mean, would have accepted just IWGP as well. That's
I
the
make
fun enough
beats.
thing.
Mine was a guest.
all right. Come on, let's go. Come on.
Right, so your next question is this. What video games company bought Antonio Inoki shares in New Japan Pro Wrestling in 2007?
Japanese wrestling game companies. No, because they're US based. Konami.
Clark to Steele.
Okay, I'm just gonna guess because I don't know
Hey,
the
boys,
exact
looking down.
name, but I think it's like Atami.
Well, you're both wrong. It is Ukes. Ukes
Ukes
temporarily,
lost.
which
Ukes
was
did?
yeah,
Who's
that's
out of
why they
business?
dubbed. That was why their gaming agreement with WWE went out, because they invested in. Well, that was the start of the end of that. That's a more complicated thing. But yeah, Ukes were the majority owners of New Japan Pro Wrestling until I think 2011. But nobody got that in the chat either.
Good.
Yeah, David didn't get that as well.
I mean, all Japanese wrestling or gaming companies I know, like Bandai Namco, Konami, Sega, Nintendo, and it's like,
Well, and there was Itami was like a '90s company, by the way, that's been defunct for 30 years. That was the dumbest answer I've ever given. Like I know I'm an idiot at least on that one.
But there we are. This round, both of you got both of your questions wrong and nobody stole. Clark still has the lead 10-9. But the next round is WWE NXT. So
no, continue.
No, we will
doubling on
continue.
a brand I don't care about.
Clark, who was the first NXT champion?
Seth Rollins.
You would be completely correct on that one. And I mean, he undoubtedly was Triple H's guy. Next question in NXT for you, Soul, is who did Adam Cole and Red Dragon attack to close NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 3 in the debut of the Undisputed Era?
Drew McIntyre.
You would be correct. And you are so close to Clark now, only 1 point away. Plus, you still have that double times chip as well. But at this point, it is a mystery bonus round. Clark, Soul, do you want to cash in?
Yeah, go double it.
Wow.
I'll give you a little clue. I was actually going to double it on the Japanese wrestling round, but I kind of was like, no, I need the points, so...
He's going to wait.
Good job you didn't. But the bonus round, which is going to be potentially 4 points for Soul, 2 points for Clark, is WrestleMania 35. Clark, who did Shane McMahon face?
At WrestleMania 35?
Yeah.
The Undertaker.
Incorrect. That was WrestleMania 32. Soul to steal.
What an idiot.
The Miz.
Correct. All even going into Soul's big question.
Wait, I just get one.
Was the steal you only get one?
Sorry, what am I saying? You don't. You get 2 points. Yeah, sorry. That's completely wrong.
Is it for every question in the round? I thought it was just the
double.
I thought it was just the one that he...
No, we are right now. Yeah. 2 points for every question in the round. But Soul, you get 4 if you get this one right. Who won the Women's Tag Team Championships in a Fatal 4-Way?
Why? Iconic, baby!
I only got 4 for the one.
You get 4 points. Soul is now leading with 16. Clark, what is your concern?
During my round, I only got 4 for the very first question I answered, and I answered other questions correct during that round and did not get 2 for them.
No.
Clark, there's only 1 question per round.
Yeah, come on, man.
How is there only 1 question per round?
There's always been
That's why we're in round 12.
Wait a minute. Stop.
So each person gets 1 question per round.
Right, and I get that, but how did he get the double-double? How is it double-double?
Okay, I'm just going to come in. I'm just going to come in and finish this.
But 5 doesn't make, like 6.
We have the voice of gods.
To make 6.
Yeah, you have the voice. You have the voice.
Right, okay, Kobe, break it down.
Canadian speak.
Okay, so the first mystery round was Money in the Bank. Clark, you were correct in getting the first successful Mr. Money in the Bank, which was Edge. You got your 4 points. The next question was the Money in the Bank in the WHQ. Soul got that right for it being Otis. So you did
Had
not
I been able to steal that, though, I would have gotten 2?
You would have got the 2 points, yes. But no, Soul got it right.
The double-double was just for your question, though. I feel like
it was just for your question because you got 4.
And this happened last quiz too, in Soul vs. Kobe. The same thing happened.
Okay.
But now suddenly, Soul is in the driver's seat. This is a big shock. We could see a big shock out of the gates in this. Bobby Petito says, wow, absolutely. It's all to play for at this point. We have Cav Lux, who's saying hi from Italy. Hello, I hope you are having a great Sunday. Fernando says controversy. Don't worry, we are correct on this one. unlike last quiz, everything here is definitely right. But this next round, which nobody's got a double chip to play for, but is Lucha Libre. Clark, your question is, what Mexican promotion did WCW partner with in 1994 to put on When Worlds Collide?
It'd be Triple A.
You would be correct on that one and are up to 12 points. So, your question is this. When translated to English, what is the meaning of the name Sin Cara?
Oh, Jesus. Is it like sun god?
Clark to steal.
It's kind of like Man of Mystery, but it's a loose translation there.
So
it's slang anyway.
the translation, which WWE always acknowledged it as, right? This is where this is from. They always acknowledged it as this, is faceless. That was what they always used it to. Neither of you guys get any points.
Except for that, it's
that one.
completely slang. So it's, but it's faceless. That's Man of Mystery.
It might be.
It's like
but
what
it's
that,
also
but
what
it's
they
slang.
acknowledged it as.
Oh, yeah, like, okay.
DCX got it. DCX got it right. He got both questions.
By the way, I would have included that in the question if you weren't asking for
as well.
Direct language translation.
No, I would have taken no face. I would have accepted that.
I wouldn't have said no face because no face is what they want it to mean. It means like you're mysterious. It means man of mystery.
All right. Okay. Well,
I'm not taking the point though. Don't give me a point.
You're not getting the point. But anyway, next question is finisher names. And your question, Clark, right? And you need to get this one right. What was the name of Dean Ambrose's WWE finisher? The name which, they called it?
The Dirty Deeds.
You would be correct. And you go to 13 points. So, what was the name of Drew McIntyre's old finisher, which was a double underhook DDT?
Aftershock?
Clark to steal.
It is the oh my god, why am I blanking on this? I should know this one. This is so bad. This is actually going to cost me the game. It's
10.
The
5, 4, 3, 2. Say something.
Aftershock is what I thought it was.
Yeah, I thought it was called Aftershock.
Future Shock is the actual name. So you were very close. Future Shock DDT. We would have accepted either, but it was Future, not After. Right, Clark, you still can win this technically, right? But you've got to mess up this. So you've got to get this right, and then Saul needs to mess up if you want to win it. Because the final round is another mystery bonus round. And this topic, of course, double points again. Cruiserweight Classic.
Which one? Oh, shoot.
Clark, your question is, who did TJP defeat in the finals to win the tournament?
That would be Kushida?
Soul to steal.
Grand Metalik, baby!
You are correct. And so with that, well, you actually won the quiz, but we're asking you your question anyway. We compete to the end here. What wrestler did Triple H offer a WWE contract to after losing their second round match?
Alexander.
You are correct. And actually, I only gave you 1 point. It's actually, of course, 2 points for the last one. So you are now up to 20 points.
Yo, dumb. For a guy that didn't strap up, that's a remarkably conceited thing to say. Guy that didn't even compete.
Underdog victory from Soul.
You got to play to lose, boss. Big ups to Soul, but knock it off with that. For a guy that didn't even compete?
You all doubted me.
Soul wins. Much respect, but I'm not doing this whole like blah, 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 blah. I showed up and played. And I'll take a loss where it's deserved. We can run up the score, whatever it may be. There's not enough time left to come back.
I want to say one thing right now, Clark. You put me on the ropes there, buddy. You done well. I honestly was very, very tensed up, but got the iconic win. Thank you. And I have to say as well, David Chaos. Whoa, I'm going to see one of you boys in the semifinals.
Early winner.
You will. On April 27th, Soul, you will face off against the winner of David and Chaos in the semi-finals of the King and Queen of the Quiz. That is going to be a big one and a big shock to start off this tournament. I mean, honestly, maybe Soul's the sneaker pick to win it.
Ain't nobody gonna stop me.
I'm
I'm
telling
on
ya.
another level, baby.
I'm just telling you. I brought as best I could today. It hurts. It hurts. Don't get me wrong. But to lose to somebody as good as Soul in this situation, I really, ain't nothing make me look better than if he goes on a hot run from here on out, right? If you lose to the eventual winner. So, I mean, nothing but respect. It was a heck of a game, man.
Praise be, brother. Praise be. It was a good one. You really did have me for that bit of stretch for a neck and neck. I mean, flee.
Right, Drizzy is saying, Soul, I'll see you in the finals.
I mean, he had
making
a
a big claim
tournament
against David and Chaos there too.
He had a tournament-defining play on the double chip.
He absolutely did. I mean, that was just unbelievable, and it shows the magic of that chip as well. It can completely change this game. DCX Warlord said Soul. He was one of the few he didn't doubt Soul. He's got his stocks in Soul, and it's paying off.
Oh, well, I'll
There
see
it
you
is.
boys. Wear this, and this will be the quiz championship. I will be a winner. I'm going to win it, baby. I'm going to win it. I was not defiant before. I came in very cowardly, but the cowardly lion is here and ready to stay. I'm ready to go. Bring on the finals, baby. I don't care if it's David. I don't care if it's Chaos. Heck, give David a whole Wyatt 6 question round. I don't care because I know I can beat him in that too. You know what? Megan, she's the queen of the Republic. That's fine there. And you can give her whatever subject you want, but I'll happily take down the queen and let the king reign upon all the men down here. And you know what? Chaos, I love you, brother. But you know what? You were the sensei, but the pupil has surpassed the teacher, and I'm reigning above you, my friend, with every aspect of this. And I'm going to win this. I'm going to take this home. And heck, if somehow it's me and Kobe again, the guys who originated this going into the finals, I ain't going to let a simple hiccup take me down.
That would be nuts, by the way.
Clear.
I
just saw Kobe's comment, and I'm for literally ABCG, anybody but Kobe Galanzowski in this tournament. I want literally anyone in the field but Kobe to win this by miles. It's not even close, Soul. I want him to lose so badly. In the first round, just lay down. Just absolutely lay an egg. In the first round, come out just a total stinker.
You're looking at the last king of Scotland right here. I'm bringing it back. Our monarchy is coming back, and it's going to be me leading the charge.
It's a Scottish special.
So Bobby Matito is saying this is awesome, and David Hall is saying the Rock Wrestling Republic. I want your soul. That is gold. Great effort as I make beats, and Fernando is excited for the semi-finals. I'm excited for next week, David versus Chaos. A lot of bad blood there. They are talking a lot of big game. David, he thinks he's the favorite. He's saying it. He thinks he's the favorite in this tournament. But we've seen an upset this week. Could we see another one next week? Indeed, we could. Maria says,
I did. I just said I gave mad respect to my opponent. Oh, wait. I said he earned it. I thought I did.
Right. Thank you, everybody, for watching. We really do appreciate it. We will be back earlier time tomorrow, 6 p.m. UK, 2 p.m. Eastern, and 12 p.m. Pacific. Not 12 p.m., 11 a.m. Pacific for Mailbag Monday ahead of tomorrow's Monday Night Raw. Of course, it's still in Europe. It is in Glasgow.
If anyone goes down with an injury, I'm obviously the first injury replacement as the first one out of the tournament. So let's remember that. Anybody gets a strained vocal cord.
Raw tomorrow, I get to watch Penta and Braun Breaker IC, so I'm happy. So let's go, boys.
It'll be good 24 hours for Soul. That is for sure. Thank you to everybody in the comments. We're glad you guys had fun with this and as much fun as we have had. Next week, David Chaos. We will see you guys then. Same time, same place. Thank you to Clark and thank you to today's winner, Soul. We'll see you guys next time. Peace.